Yay, my audio is off. I love it when that happens. Thank you for letting me know. So hello, me P Sheepy. I'm Rentia, patron of the Sheepy Sheep Genius, and I was muted. Those two brain cells really already at full bandwidth, even though we haven't even begun yet. So I am back, and after yesterday, there's a lot to consider. But before we get into that, I just want to remind that today is very likely the last stream for this year for me, P. It's not my last Christmas, but it is possibly my last stream of 2025. And I'm gonna be real with you. The odds of us finishing chapter 5 in today's slot, basically none. So I hope you all don't mind being a little bit patient with me. And are ready for the new year. Hey Dan, you, good to see you. Hope you're having a wonderful day. It's great to see you too. I hope you are well. I am good. Very thank you very much. So yeah, so yesterday's stream, we found our body. We found chapter 5's body. Oh, thank you so much. I really appreciate it. I really do. So yesterday was a wild one. So we had an hour of karaoke and then straight into like Murder Plus. So bit of a tone shift. But yeah, so today we're picking up from where we left on. We found our body for chapter 5. But when I say that, I'm talking very loosely. We have found gore. Oh, I'm glad you enjoyed the VODs. Thank you so much. I aim to please in absentia. So yeah, so we found gore, I would say. I don't think the game is going to open up the hydraulic press, although I am extremely curious. So there's a lot of things leading up to finding the body in inverted commas. There's a lot of things that were a little bit funky, and I was thinking about them, right? Because it was playing on my mind after I got done with the stream, all of these little things. So the first thing is, like, we know that Maki went off ahead because she was like scouting. Allegedly, she was scouting to keep her eyes open for where Kaito was, like, having been taken away. So she would have had ample opportunity to see where everything is and scout the layout and whatever. And then walking around, there was Monokuma. The characters said that they were protecting, the Exorcists were protecting Monokuma. It looked a lot more to me like the Exorcists were guarding Monokuma, like preventing him from going somewhere. I'm not even convinced he was actually switched on. EP never stops thinking about Danganronpa. Honestly, it's living in my head very rent-free at the moment. Because as much as there have been a few down points about V3, this so far is turning out to be a more interesting case. So I'm getting quite into this one. I have to admit. And then, you know, we get to the door is shut, and you know, our girl's like, oh hey, I've got the grenade. It works just like an ordinary grenade, except there's a bit of lag. It's, how would you know that if you've never used one before? Hey Carmen Ryder, what did you miss? We've just found our body in chapter 5, and by body I mean puddle of gore. We don't know who or what it is, and neither does the Monokuma Fairu. But I'm just kind of covering things leading up to the discovery of the body that I thought was a bit wacky. Things that might have, that are very, at the moment, very strongly implicating Maki role as being involved somehow. So yeah, so she's like, oh yeah, the grenade has like a moment of lag. Like, how do you know that? We only have the one grenade. It's not like you could have tested it unless perhaps you have used one before. Maybe you stole another one and, you know, something happened or whatever. Then there's the scratch marks on the terminal. Hey, Merrick, good to see you. I hope you have a wonderful day. I hope you have a wonderful day. It's great to see you. I appreciate Merrick doesn't want spoilers. So, but yeah, so there was, you know, there was stuff, you know, there was marks on the thing. There was our boy in the toilet, seemingly looking fine, but we could only see his face, which is very suspicious. Like, very pointedly, we couldn't see any other part of him, or his clothes or anything, which is a bit sus also. Yeah. And then when we returned the next day, 2 of the exosols were missing. So yeah, so there's things to consider, right? At the moment, Maki is looking mighty suspicious. My strongest suspicion, and I said this yesterday, is I believe, based on how meta V3 is being, in that it's following the pattern of DR1 and DR2, is if we're gonna go with the obviously dodgy psychopathic lunatic dude dies in chapter 5, then Kockichi is dead, without a doubt. So what question really remains then is, where is Kaito, and why is Maki so determined not to help us with this investigation? She has seemingly already decided, or she at least is playing up to this idea that that Kaito is gone, but I don't think he is. I think there's something else going on here. I think maybe the two of them have some kind of plan. I think Maki and Kaito have tried to like work something out together to like maybe act as a lure. But yeah, so Monokuma was gone for a couple of days, and then all of a sudden he's back and he's talking as if nothing happened. Like, remember when he went away before and we had the stand-in Kuma, right? Who just did nothing and said nothing and looked like a busted up Monokuma. Well, this time he doesn't even mention being absent. He doesn't mention needing a stand-in or anything. It's like he wasn't aware. Something was wrong. I wonder if maybe a grenade was used on Monokuma to like fry his circuits temporarily. Importantly, we were told that the EMP effect of the grenade lasts for like 2 hours. So it's possible that when we went over to check Kaito, Monokuma was being guarded because he'd been hit with a grenade and was like unconscious in the time. But yeah, so as you can see, Bleeties, as you can see, I've been thinking a lot. But you know what? Let's just play. Let's just play some of the damn game. Because I'll be completely level with you. We are not finishing this game in the year 2025. We're not finishing the game in the year 2025. As far as I get today is as far as I get in the year 2025. When I come back after New Year, we are going to put this game to bed. We are going to smash it, right? We are going to get all of the extra stuff. We're going to do all the things. But today, I only have a few hours. We're going to do our best. So let's get ourselves back into the title. It's the first time we're gonna do. Okay. let's get the audio on. Da, 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 da. Are you able to hear that all okay, Bleeties? Let's have some fun in the year with a bang. Yeah, absolutely. Let's have a good time, Bleeties. Let's investigate. Let's investigate. It says press any button, but I have to actually have the window active. There we go. Right, we are going to Dangan this romper. V3. You can hear. Good. Good, 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 good. So we've got a banging tune. We've got a banging tune for this investigation called Hope Searching. So yeah, another thing I need to point out is we had all fallen into a massive slump, and then Maki shows up with one of those flashback lights, and suddenly everybody remembers something. I think like Kockichi gave us this big fucking story, and I think it's total bollocks. I'll be honest with you. Just like a reptile with a sleeveless shirt. Let's investigate. Oh, very good. I like it. I like it. Yeah, Maki the goat. Maki's been great up until now, so I'm a little bit concerned, however, because I'm a little bit concerned because also if it's anything like the previous Danganronpa, not only is our psychopath lunatic the dude that's like murdered, but he's made sure that our favorite wife goes out with him, so there's a very good chance that Maki is actually, you know, somehow responsible. Do you know what's funny, Carmen Rider? Because even though you said pitaya, I knew you meant dragon fruit. I knew you meant dragon. I knew that's exactly what you meant. Because the color, right? So now we're starting. We're going to start our investigation. So let's fucking investigate. I really want to lift the hydraulic press. You forgot the English name. It's cool, we got you. Hey Space, good to see you. Hope you're good. Hope you're good. So for EP's last stream of 2025, let's investigate the fuck out of this scene. What a sight it is to behold. So Tsumugi is somehow still here despite basically doing nothing the whole time. We have the exisal that's like up there loading on the left side of the screen. We've got the gore puddle under the hydraulic press. So yeah, so I want to remind everybody, very important detail about the hydraulic press that we definitely knew already because we tested this with Kibo, didn't we? That thing will not drop on someone who is registered as a living person, which can only mean one thing. Whoever is in there was already dead. Yes, that's right. Whoever's in there was already fucking dead when that shit came down and squished them. Oh, you're still working, Space? No. Well, I hope it passes fast. I hope that having us here is a little bit of a reprieve. Yeah, the Kenshiro method. Yes. All right. I'm going to inspect every single piece of evidence here. You know, they were considered not a person. I mean, I'm assuming they weren't considered a person because they were dead, like they didn't have any vital signs. I did also consider the possibility that one of the exisals could be under there, but I'm kind of looking, and we have the 2 missing exisals both in here, the other 3 are outside, so that means that he wasn't inside an exisal that could have, like, perhaps confused this. Now, I'm also very keenly aware that there are cut cables. The operation panel seems to be intact. There is a very nice, obvious trail of blood. Are they not considered a person? Yeah, absolutely. No, you're right for saying. You're right for saying, because that's correct, Danu. That is exactly correct. If it didn't think there was a person, it wouldn't have dropped down. So, notice bit of clothing. This to me looks incredibly staged. Don't you think? Don't you think, Bleaties? This looks really suspicious. Like, it's a bit too obvious. I get the feeling that, it's placed... You like the neon blood. Now, I don't know how true this is, because I haven't played later installments, by Chunsoft yet. But I did have someone just out of the blue, because they didn't know that I was in the middle of playing these games, tell me that in one of the games, like, all of a sudden, the blood being pink becomes a thing. And it's like, I always thought it was just a stylistic thing, right? But apparently at some point it's actually more than that, which is, what? No, I always thought it was just a stylistic choice. Yeah, right? The blood's neon because it was supposed to be a black and white game. Yeah, absolutely. It makes it stand out more, right? Stylistic. Is it censorship? No, because we do see blood in other... like, blood being red in other situations in these games. So it's weird. At first I thought it was censorship, but then I looked into it. And no, it's not. It's not because of that. Which is a weird choice. There's a sleeve sticking out of the press, and it's definitely Kaito's coat sleeve. In that case, the victim must be... No, that doesn't mean anything. It's just a jacket. I don't want to do it, but I have to raise the press to inspect the body. Oh my god, are we actually gonna lift the press? But how are we gonna do that? The cable's been cut. Okay. Yeah, I thought it was just kind of a funky art choice thing. I didn't, you know, I didn't deep it too much. Yes, let's see a mangled body as I'm eating. That sounds like a terrible decision. We could just hook it up to guns. I wish we could. Oh, man. See, a time like this is when we really could have used Gonta's, like, superhuman strength. But yeah, I totally don't buy the story that all of the people, like, all of the ultimates here just happened to be immune to the despair disease. Because there is so much information about them based on what's in their rooms and little snippets of their backstories that tells me that there's so much more going on than that. Crazy shit. No, I think Kockichi is making up his own narrative. So there's blood in the area. So let's lift the press. Oh, you missed that stream. The VOD is on YouTube. But it is sad. It is a sad stream. Although I was very, very happy, actually, weirdly. This isn't a thing to say, but I was happy about the execution because as sad as I was for Gonta, I was just so fucking glad that the Kuma cubs were finally gone. I wonder if they'll show us a mangled body. I wonder too. I've got to be honest, I'm pressing X to doubt. I guess we're gonna see. I mean, he says he really doesn't want to do that, but is there really any other way? Like, how can we know otherwise? I don't really want to do that, though. I know you don't want to, but we've got to because we need to figure out who it is. These controls move the hydraulic press. It can go up, down, it can stop. I should be able to use the up button and raise it to check the body. I don't want to see a crushed body no matter who it is, but I have to. I have to know. I made up my mind, I took a breath, and I pressed the button. I'm just saying there's a big cut cable there. I feel like nothing's gonna happen. I don't think they're gonna let us see the body. I don't think they're gonna let us see the body. I think that they're gonna use the cut cables as a justification, right? Prepare your buckets! It's not moving? I pressed the button a few more times, but the press still wouldn't move. Strange, it moved when I pressed it last time. After looking around the press, I found the power cord is cut. I see. There's no power, so the hydraulic press won't move. Can't be coincidence. The cord was cut on purpose. This must be the work of the culprit. So this is opened up like two possibilities. Either cutting the cord was done to prevent the hydraulic press from the sensor from triggering so that it wouldn't stop if it knew that a person was alive underneath it. Or the body was still already just a corpse and they just dropped it because they didn't want people to know who was under there. In that case, you won't be able to check the body. I mean, I'm honestly a little relieved, but I shouldn't say that out loud. Yeah, the culprit is actually smart, which is another reason I'm wondering if it might be Maki. I should take another look at the controls. Maybe there is a clue here? In addition to the control buttons, there's an emergency stop button. The press would have been stopped instantly if you used this. Maki wouldn't hurt a fly. I'm inclined to agree. Maki wouldn't hurt a fly. Unless she had good motivation. I mean, we saw how mad she was, right? I don't want to rule it out. I'm hoping that in making her look really suspicious, it's purely a misdirection. So let's keep hoping it's just a misdirection, yeah. I don't want it to be Maki, but I also didn't want it to be Chaki. And the fact that their names are even kind of similarly sounding does fill me with a real sense of trepidation. Well, if the culprit were planning this murder, they'd have no use for it. Unless the flyer's Kockichi, right? Still have a lot of copium in that tank! The copium! The copium is real. I've got to admit though, I'm huffing it just as much. I'm huffing it just as much. I just don't want it to be Maki, please! What concerns me more is the safety function. So we've got the notice here. The hydraulic press uses an infrared sensor. It will come to a halt if it detects a living organism. Note the important word there that I want to underline and highlight. Living organism. Living. If the body in there is already dead, that's not an issue. That's right. This hydraulic press should have had a safety function, but if the infrared sensor detects a living thing, then the press stops automatically. Well, it didn't stop when Kibo tried. Which makes sense, because technically Kibo's not a living thing. Yeah, so they off the person somewhere else, exactly. And I mean, I'm wondering if Maki and Kaito worked together. I feel like Maki and Kaito may have worked together because Kaito knows that he has limited time. I think that Maki facilitated it, but maybe Kaito actually did it. He doesn't care if he dies because he's about to die anyway, if this gets solved. And the reason that, you know, he was in the toilet was because he was, you know, he was cleaning up, as it were. He was cleaning all of the, like, mess off himself from having killed Kockichi before putting him in the hydraulic press. But I am very confident that Kockichi is dead. I'm very confident that Kockichi is dead, and if he's not, well, fuck me sideways, I guess. It's gonna be... That is a twist. That is a twist that I will welcome. Stopped automatically. So safety function. Now, I've been absolutely dying to check out this blood trail. Like, let's see where it goes. Again, it seems very deliberate. What is this? A blood stain? At least let me take you out to dinner first. Sideways the questions. There is a faint trail of blood leading to the press. A swipe pattern as if dragged. It looks as if it's coming from the bathroom. This bloodstain suggests something was dragged from the bathroom to the press. So remember how we saw Kockichi in the bathroom, but we could only see his head? Why move the body though? To crush it. So that, like, basically I think Kockichi's gone into hiding to pretend he's dead. No, sorry. Kaito's gone into hiding to pretend he's dead. And it's actually Kockichi's body in here. So they're trying to fool everyone. I mean, I still remember, like, you know, in the first Danganronpa, there was the burnt corpse. Like, we couldn't make that out either. Yeah, so he faked his death. Yeah, absolutely. Can we go in the bathroom? Now that I think about it... No, I'm locked in this bathroom, but Kockichi's just outside that door. How would you know? How the fuck would you know that Kockichi is just outside the door? Like, what? This is the place where Kaito was imprisoned. Wow, and I'm still putting on Kaito's voice for some reason. No, I don't know why. Maybe they were talking. I feel like as much as that is a possibility, Kockichi didn't seem interested. He just said that he was going to lock him up to, like, let him cool down because he didn't want someone hot-headed doing something dumb. Although the fact that he took Kaito away, I do almost feel like Kockichi was inviting this, a bit like you know, a bit like Nagito was casually inviting the situation that he ended up in, by making excellent use of his ultimate power. His ultimate talent, rather. Kaito might have left some kind of clue here. Oh, no, he didn't leave anything. He might not be dead. Anyway, I should investigate inside. Yes, he might not be dead. Indeed, he might not be dead. I feel like he's not. Ah, there are blood spatters in here. Now, I don't know if anyone remembers, but we did come in here earlier. Oh! Oh, the crossbow! Does anybody remember? So, we had that scene with Maki and Kaito where we put the crossbow together. And, okay, now I'm just saying, this almost feels too obvious. This almost feels too obvious, because there's no way that you'd have forgotten about the scene with the crossbow yet. Like, this is too soon after that happened. So, let's start with the blood. It's a blood stain. A puddle of blood in the center of the room. And a swipe pattern from there to the door. But what could this mean? You know, I just really strongly remember Kaito saying that he would remember how to put the crossbow together next time. And I thought that was really weird, and I remarked on it at the time. Do you know what? I need to just, like... I need to scrub through all of the fucking, like, dozens and dozens of hours of me playing this game and make a compilation of all of the times that I pick out these things. It's just like the times that EP saw it coming. What if we are dead? Oh my god, it was us all along? Oh my god, we are Johnny Demons. Oh my god. See, now that's a twist I can get behind. Give me that Sixth Sense nonsense. I am so here for it. So, we also have a bottle of something. My predictions have been pretty spot on. I've been doing my best. I'm Spartacus, and so is my wife. Yes, absolutely. Hey, Commander. Oh, you're not really here to torment me, are you? Didn't we do that enough in DR2? So notice this bottle of poison has weirdly, conveniently had only the word poison is visible. Hope. Hope, absolutely. Hope every way. Hope left, right, up, down, backwards, forwards. May there always be hope, forever hope. Hope, 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 hope. There is a small bottle in the corner of the bathroom. It's empty. I feel like I've seen this before. I mean, you should feel like you've seen it before, Shuichi, because it's yours, fam. It's yours. Oh, right, the poison. The poison for Cusco. The poison chosen specially called Cusco. Cusco's poison. That poison. Literally that. Exactly, Kamen Rider. Oh, thank you so much for coming, you. I hope that you have an excellent night. Merry Christmas and have a wonderful New Year. And I will be back next year, and I look forward to seeing you next year. Happy 2026. I'm very much looking forward to coming back to this next year. Because, yeah, we're not going to finish this entire game today. It's not going to happen. I feel like I've seen this before. It's because it's yours. It's because it's yours, Shuichi. The label has blood all over it. I can't read it completely, but I can see the word poison. You can, but I wonder what's underneath. I wonder if poison is only part of the thing. I wonder if it isn't actually poison at all. If it is poison, this bottle must be taken from my lab? Do you know, that'll be the second time that a bottle of poison has been taken from your lab, Shuichi. You really need to lock that fucking door and stop the children from playing with your dangerous shit. I don't know who brought this here, but it definitely has something to do with the case. Imagine if it's a perfume called Eau de Poison. I mean, or Eau de... Do you know, it would be better if it was Eau de Poisson, right? Add an extra S, Eau de Poisson, and it just stinks like rotting tuna. Small empty bottle that could be poison, possibly, maybe. But I am skeptical. Now the crossbow, this feels so pointed. Oh, I think maybe we're going to remember about this in-game. Ooh, ooh, spicy, spicy, spicy. A crossbow? This is... That's right, see? And that is why I'm kind of like... This seems a bit too on the nose, almost. It's a bit too obvious, right? One of the crossbows from Maki's lab. Why is this here? So the crossbows... Why is it here? I mean, because someone used it, obviously. And we've got a few bolts on the floor. Oh, see, noob detected. Calling them crossbow arrows? Tut, 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 tut. Big tut. Big fucking tut. T-U-T in all caps. It's a bolt. It's a crossbow bolt. You never call crossbow ammunition an arrow. It's a bolt. There are arrows on the floor of the bathroom. 3 in total, and blood on all of them? Which is interesting because the coat, like the sleeve of the coat that's hanging out the hydraulic press, it does look to me like there is some kind of piercing in the sleeve. These feel really, really placed. These feel like they've been placed here intentionally to try and incriminate someone. What is this? What happened here? 3 arrows. Did something exciting... So we can't look in the toilet? Oh, it's the black case that the thing came out of. Remember the bunch of arrows from DR1? Yeah. Still seething. Still seething. Man, I... Notice how the song is called, like... Notice that it's, like, lazy parallel world. You know? Living in a lazy parallel world. Is it just me, or is that almost like a commentary from the game designers on how, like, you know, at times the plot and the contrivances are quite lazy because they've just, like, wholesale lifted everything from the previous 2 games with, like, just new character faces, right? This case. Oh, what's in that black case over there? What is it? It's the crossbow. It's the crossbow. It is the case from before. He's right, you know. This is the case from before, right? The large black case. Indeed, this feels so specifically arranged. It feels to me like very probably we got our dude in here. We shot ourselves to make it look... Well, I say ourselves. Kaito wounded himself for whatever reason. And the other 2 bolts both went into Kockichi. And then he was dragged out and put into the hydraulic press. Notice, like, there's a pipe here, so we wouldn't be able to, like, see in properly from outside anyway. A small window for ventilation. This is... Shuichi looks into the toilet bowl. There's a turd. Piece of turd has been added to the truth bullets. Can you imagine? Can you imagine? That would be, like... Imagine that having an actual purpose, though. What seems just like kind of a gross detail actually being important. Yeah, so look. So he's actually standing... He must be standing on the pipe next to the toilet in order for you know, to be able to reach the window here. Yeah, like the real culprit was constipated, honestly. That's how we're gonna find them. It's a shame no one... Yes! Yes, absolutely, like Nekomaru. I do feel like... I really feel like something weird is going on in this bathroom, in this whole scene. Something is very, very weird. It's the same window from before. It's a small window and it doesn't open all the way. No one would be able to fit through here. I suppose if someone could fit through, Kaito would have escaped by now. Unless Kaito was too big, but someone small and least, like a trained assassin, could maybe fit through there. Perhaps it's too small for a person, but an object could fit through. And that would explain, I guess, why this bag was able to fit through. Alright, I finished investigating the bathroom. There were more clues than I thought there'd be, and one is particularly concerning. What, you mean like the jar of poison that's clearly come out of your office? Like, how do you keep letting this happen, Shuichi? Not once, but twice now, someone has taken very dangerous stuff from your room. Is the toilet for sure? Yeah. Why is the crossbow from Maki's lab in here? And the 3 bloody arrows? Those arrows are definitely for the crossbow, but why are all 3 bloodied? And that bottle of poison, what could it have been used for? What could it have been used for? There's still so much I don't know. This case looks like it's going to be tricky. Yeah, the case looks like it's going to be tricky. We don't have a body. That definitely amps up the difficulty. So there's nothing else in here for us to look at. Do you know what, though? There's no shortage of toilet roll. If you needed to use the toilet, you would not have a problem. Can I break anything? No. Okay. Let's see what we've got. So the hydraulic press is busted. Now let's revisit that clothing, because like I said, there's a little hole in the arm there, and I do kind of feel like that might have some relationship with the crossbow bolt. There's a sleeve sticking out of the press. It's definitely Kaito's sleeve. In that case... No, that hasn't been determined yet. I need to investigate further. But the left sleeve is sticking out. Only the sleeve. No part of the victim's body is visible. Which sort of implies that no one was wearing this coat. Were they crushed completely so that only the sleeve remains? No, that's not how it works. There would still be an arm sticking out. What's this? The sleeve has a single small hole in it? You know what? I think we're onto something here with the arrows. Yumeko the Witch Girl, her Japanese VA, is one of the horse girls from Musume. Is she? Oh, that's so cute. I do love her voice. I do love her voice. She's so sleepy. She's so sleepy and bored. A hole in the sleeve. What could this be? Kaito's coat. I mean, what could it be? We already know what it could be because we just picked up the arrows. I suppose that's all the information I can deduce from the hydraulic press. I can't check the body, so I don't have many clues to work with. I have to find more elsewhere. Biko Pegasus. That's such a... Like, that horse name is so fucking cute. Biko Pegasus. Or I will have to check that out. I need Tanaka. Tanaka being like the most common name in Japan. So we know that there's a hole in the sleeve, so there's nothing else that we can get from the hydraulic press. So I think it's about time we had a look at the 2 exosols, don't you think? So we know that the green one is the one that went away first by itself. And the red one is the one that carried Kaito away. So let's look at that one first. The red exosol is completely still. Kockichi, it's dangerous there. If you go near that thing, you might get torn apart. No, it shouldn't move anymore. Not without the monocubs or Kockichi. I mean, yeah, they can't move by themselves. They've got no power source and they're not switched on, so... Yeah, so it's just a pile of scrap then. Jeez, don't scare me like that. Maybe I should just tear this hunk of junk apart with my magic. Honestly, Himiko, I would love for you to do that. Go nuts. Go nuts. You do you, baby girl. Oh, but I suppose that if Kockichi was alive, he could move it at any time by remote. Why didn't you say so sooner? Well, that is if Kockichi is alive. But that remote control he has for the exosols. What is it exactly? Does he have that because he's the mastermind? What's funny is that Yumeno's like lazy, but Biko Pegasus is energetic and heroic. It's like the perfect polar opposite. Proof my girl's got range. You like how I inherited Trichi's cap? I mean, it's... Oh, but it's so spiffy. It's so spiffy! It helps me investigate. It's my investigating cap, right? I wonder if the washing machine has been used. Like, I wonder if the exosols needed to be cleaned. It looks like a car wash. I imagine it's for the exosols. It doesn't look like it's been used for a while and I don't see any clues. So that's a no then. Pardon me, that's a no. Well, Exosol Green is the one that walked away by itself. Yeah, don't blood on my Exosol. No, that would just like sully it. There's an Exosol right in the middle of the hangar. The hatch is open as well. The cockpit is exposed. So, this is how it looks on the inside, huh? It's small, but it's big enough for one person. Just like any good mech. Oh! Well, if it isn't the bear himself! Hello, sir! That's what she said. Way! The hatch is open. How strange! Only the monocabs can turn off the Atlantic trap and open the hatch. Yeah, see, this is kind of reinforcing what I said earlier about Monokuma not being aware that he'd been, like, knocked out of commission temporarily. I'm thinking he doesn't know. You know, something. There was another bomb, I think. I think there was another EMP used to knock out the system. Only the monocubs can open the hatch. Normally, the monocubs are the only ones who can pilot the exosols. Normally being the key word. Because of that electrohammer thingy, the electronic lock is all screwed up. Oh! Oh! Oh, whoa! EP Brainwave. Remember we spent all night, like, charging up our, hammers because we'd forgotten, you know, to charge them the day before, and that was why we couldn't, like, go and bust in to get Kaito out right away, right? Remember how Maki, and just Maki, was like, oh no, I forgot to charge mine. And the reason was, oh yeah, because, you know, I was keeping an eye on Kaito all night long, so I completely forgot to charge it. What if that's bullshit? What if nobody forgot to charge theirs? It's just that theirs was used to temporarily take out this exosol. Because that would explain why she was well, I'm already saying she, but why someone was able to mess with the lock to get it to open up, right? This seems a little bit sus. Have you mentioned it to anyone else?
No, no one's asked me about it either. And even if I'd been asked, I would have said it was irrelevant information to you anyway.
Well, this isn't looking good for Maki. This really isn't looking good for Maki. Like, Maki, please. Please, I don't want it to be you. The way she was like, no, I'm just gonna use the weapon that I'm more comfortable with. I'm gonna use my shanker. And it's like, no, that's really not the truth, is it? That's not the truth. An electronic hatch that only the monocubs can disable, which must be why only the monocubs can control the exosols. But if you could disable the lock, you could control the exosol. Indeed. That's about all I can investigate inside the hangar. There are still questions and the truth is far out of reach. I still can't deduce who the victim is. I need more clues. I should investigate other areas. So I should start with the areas around the hangar. Yeah, this case is proving very interesting indeed. I do wish I could look a bit more at this power cable though. Are you okay, Tsumugi? You look a bit down.
The Monokuma file this time barely has any information in it at all.
Yeah, it won't be much use to us.
It's so useless. He probably shouldn't have even gone out of his way to give it to us.
I mean, maybe not, but it's his job. Oh boy. He took personal umbrage to that. He was like, bitch, heard you chatting shit. And then he was. And then he was. And here he is. He's like, you what? You what, mate? You what, mate?
It's fine. It's fine. Mascot's appear to the murder scene brings a sense of relief and peace of mind.
He popped out.
What an attention hog.
Of course they want attention of the mascot, for crying out loud.
Yeah, I've appeared fewer times than plain Jane Tsumugi over there.
Why would you pick on Tsumugi? I like that Monokuma's making a point here of how incredibly background Tsumugi has been.
It'd be false advertising if I didn't appear as often as I can, you know.
Oh, he looked a bit down, didn't he? He looked a bit down. I'm feeling kind of bad for Monokuma.
Advertising? What advertising?
Ugh. Just ignore it. Let's just focus on the investigation.
Yes.
Advertising. That was a very pointed choice of words. You know, I am wondering if perhaps there is more to that than meets the eye. Right, now I can finally take a look at this gashed up terminal. The alarm system is off. It must still be affected by the electro bomb. I should investigate this place thoroughly. There must be some clues around here. Well, we already know where one is. There's Kibo. So let's take a look at this first, and then we'll have a word with Keebs. This is the control panel that controls the electric barrier protecting the hangar. We hit it with an electro hammer, so it isn't operational right now. That's right, but what are these marks? I mean, they look an awful lot like exosol scratch marks. It looks as if it's been struck by something sharp, but what could it be? Wait, how were they even able to damage this in the first place? More questions. Getting near the control panel should cause the alarm to go off. You have to turn off the alarm before you even get close. So how did they get this near it? Well, either it was out of action or using the exosol, like, gave it a pass. Right, Kibo. What are you thinking, my bro, my buddy? You know, the more I look at Kibo, the more he really does look kind of like, what if Makoto was a robot, right? You know, like the top pocket on the shirt, and the collar, I don't know, the hair, the ahoge. It's yeah, I don't know if that's intentional or not, but it's a nice detail. It makes you feel like you're still looking at like characters from the previous 2 games. I think I'm starting to feel a little better now. I'm sorry to worry you, Shuichi. I was a bit worried. I'm glad you're feeling better. Yeah, he had to walk out of the area because possibly the resonance from the grenade from the EMP was making him feel kind of like green around the gills, so he bailed on us. But he seems to be feeling better now. There was something I needed to ask Kibo. Hey, Kibo, before we went into the hangar this morning, you said... What did he say? Oh, that's right. Yeah, so Kibo went to the hangar and tried to talk to Kockichi to convince him to change his mind. But it didn't work out. And Maki is like seething. She's so mad. It's like, you tried to talk to him and he's like, sorry, I just, you know, if we could have let Kaito out, you know, without having to threaten anyone with acts of violence, I think that would have been better. And yeah, no response. So Bleaties, last night Kaito was Kockichi was already dead. Is my opinion. I did witness a few things. What did he witness? You said you witnessed a few things, but what exactly did you see? Ah, yes. Since we were in a hurry, I only told you about the Exisal returning to the hangar. Yeah, you said the Exisals could pass through the alarm system and the barrier to the hangar? I never imagined something like this would happen. And of course, wrong voice? Wrong voice? Eepy! Eepy, why are you so eepy? I'm just gonna have a quick sippy on some water. I'm gonna have a quick sippy on some water because I'm a little bit dry. Okay, that's better. Today it's the white grape and blackberry sparkling water again. Delicious. Do recommend. I never imagined something like this would happen, so I didn't mention it before. But before I saw the Exisal, I saw someone heading toward the hangar. I saw someone. If I had to guess, probably Maki. You saw someone. Oh no, it was Himiko. Interesting. Very interesting. But also I don't think Himiko is going to be involved in a murder after all of the... After everything she's been through. She seems to me like the most unlikely person. I saw Himiko. But what was she doing? Oh, you see how she's got something under her arm? It looks a lot like the case that the crossbow is kept in. Maybe she was asked to take it down. That's my thoughts at the moment, at least. I think maybe she was asked to bring it down for someone. I was in my lab trying to think of what I could write to convince Kockichi. That's when I saw her walking towards the hangar, clutching something in her hands. I think it was a black bag. A black bag. Ah, just like the one that we found in the bathroom, perhaps. At that time, I assumed she was going there to examine things or plead with Kockichi. And since she came back later, I didn't think much of it. But after seeing her reaction this morning, I started to get a little suspicious. What reaction? Oh, that? I didn't think that was particularly suspicious, but alright, okay. Yeah, I guess now knowing that she was carrying something that she may not have been aware of what it was, you know, she'd obviously been instructed not to let anyone see her, and has just found out that she failed in that task.
Did you see?
She was acting like she had something to hide. It's not that I want to suspect her. True, it is suspicious. You said you saw her come back as well? Was she holding the bag at that time? Now that I think about it, she was not. So she had it coming in but not leaving. Yeah, I don't think Himiko would have used a bolt or anything, because it's not nearly magical enough. I think she was just asked to bring it down, and that's all she did. I don't think she has any actual involvement. It has to be. That black bag that Himiko was carrying was... By the way, this is a little off topic, Shuichi, but... What is it? The reason I wasn't feeling well may have been due to the electro bomb. But it was because of the electromagnetic particles, not because I'm a robot. Oh, okay. Let's make sure that nobody gets it twisted. It's just the electromagnetic particles upsetting his synthetic insides. It's got nothing to do with him being a robot. There is so much false correlation going on here. Kibo, bless you. Nobody copes as hard as you do. Keep it up. So, what I experienced was akin to an allergic reaction, such as hay fever. So, it could have affected a human the same way. Being a robot had nothing to do with it. Yeah? Kibo? Do I tell him? No, I'm just... Okay, Kibo. Right. That must be it. So that thing Himiko said was bothering him. He really is a bit too sensitive. Oh yeah, because Himiko joked about how, like... Well, I say joked. She thoughtlessly remarked on how, you know, none of this would affect anyone except Kibo, because, you know, he's a robot, so... Clearly he got a bit sensitive about that. Well, don't you worry, Kibo. I know that you are the ultimate robot. And also the most average person. But you are the ultimate robot, and I respect you. So So this is where the exosols are. They're all completely motionless now. And Monokuma was here in the middle, being guarded by them. Well, to me, it seemed like they were being guarded. Hang on a sec. Oh! Oh, what did I say? What did I say? And now we found an... Okay, this is sloppy. These things were either left here really, really intentionally. Okay? Or this is incredibly sloppy. I don't think a professional killer would be dumb enough to leave evidence like this laying around. Right? This has to be something else entirely. There's an electro hammer here, but why? And it's out of power. So it must have been used. But used for what? I mean, are you serious, dude? What else is it going to have been used for? There are 3 exosols here, and when we came by yesterday, there were 4. Man, this is just reminding me of Danganronpa 2, and what is an octagon? What is an octagon, bruh? I don't know. What is an octagon? Yeah, it runs out of juice quickly, so if you use it against an exosol, it gets one shot. So this must be Maki's. If the electro hammer's power is expended, it requires 24 hours to recharge. We know that for certain. We do know that for certain, so what is that doing here? I remember the sight I saw yesterday. Exosoul's protecting Monokuma for some reason. Kockichi said he was the mastermind. The Exosoul should have been around him. So why were they protecting Monokuma? And 4 of them too. Because they weren't protecting him. He was not conscious. I suppose I was so caught up thinking about Kockichi, I ignored Monokuma. Speaking of the bear, here he is!
Pay attention. Listen up, take heed, I say.
Monokuma
is just... I noticed you came this way last night, Shuichi.
Huh?
You were acting all sneaky, weren't you? Like a teenage boy trying to creep into an adult movie section of the video store. Where you didn't need to sneak around because the exercise wouldn't have attacked you.
What are you saying? We didn't have to sneak.
Because everyone's coming to rent adult movies, so in a way everyone there's going in the same.
No, not that. I meant about the Exosoul's not attacking us. I mean, do you know, Monokuma kind of has a point though. There's no shame in going into adult stores and stuff because you all are there for the same thing, so there's no judgment. There's no judgment.
Oh, at that time the exosouls were on autopilot and directed to only observe me. Their movements are more limited now. The monocups aren't around to pilot them.
Interesting. So he was conscious. Okay, so Monokuma was conscious, but also he was making no effort to move? Autopilot. You mean the remote control Kockichi has?
Yeah, that's pretty much it.
So the exosouls were being controlled by Kockichi's remote control? But they were focusing on Monokuma. So I guess they are only capable of guarding one, like, their primary objective? Bleaties! What that means is that maybe Kockichi had hit the help button. You know, maybe the remote has like a call for help button and all of the exosouls are meant to come running to like protect you. But obviously they're programmed to protect Monokuma, so they ran to him instead. Monokuma must have known what was going on, so Kockichi was already being attacked. And that's why the exosouls were there. Oh man, this is all coming together so well. Why are you telling me all of this? This puts the person controlling you at a disadvantage.
We're not talking about that. We're talking about this. Even if it puts someone at a disadvantage, a class trial must always be fair.
Yeah, see there, that right there, again, the obsession with the class trial being fair. You know, like, win or lose, hope or despair, it has to come from a place of equal opportunity, equal fairness, and Junko was obsessed with that. And that's how we know for sure that Kockichi isn't the mastermind. Because he was interested only in winning, and not winning by means fair or foul. He didn't care. He just wanted to win. He just wanted the despair. So I'm convinced. I'm convinced that Kockichi is dead.
the person who shared that info with me didn't seem interested in sharing it with you guys. So you share it instead. That way it'll be fair to all the participants.
Yeah, interesting. So Monokuma did have words with someone about this exact thing. This is spicy. Spicy stuff. So someone else besides me knows this? I mean, very probably the culprit. But why wouldn't they share this information? That would also explain why Maki suddenly came into possession of a flashback torch. She might actually have been given that by Monokuma to show to everybody.
Okay, that's all I can tell you. By the way, renting movies is so old school. It's more thrilling to legally download them. It's like trying not to get caught by Big Game Hunter while holding your breath during sex.
I can't imagine that even Monokuma knows what that feels like, being a robot bear and all. Yeah, that's quite a line, isn't it, Kamen Rider? Man, if you needed something to snap you out of a daze, that line will do it. This information about the exocells could be a clue to solving this case. I should remember it. So we're adding the truth bullet. Right. So I probably should look at the exocells. Oh man, the exocells could have been so cool. So what exactly did I witness here? I know for certain the exocells are being controlled by Kockichi's remote control. But why were they focusing on Monokuma? Well, because I think, like I said, I think Kockichi was under attack. And he hit the, he hit the emergency button, the SOS button, whatever it is that's on the controller. And they immediately, they immediately rallied around the one object, or the one person, source, whatever, that they are programmed to protect, which is, of course, Monokuma. And is not Kockichi, who has stolen the control pad. So, I do rather feel that that's why they were there. So let's... Right, is there anything more out here, perhaps? Because we know that this is where... This must be where the weapon was dropped off. This is the bathroom window. It's the hangar's only window, and it's not possible to fit through. That means the only way to get into the hangar is through the shutter. Which is also another reason to take one of the exocells, because the exocells don't trigger the sensors. So if we have a quick look at this, I guess. The hangar's shut. There's a security alarm here. You have to use the alarm remote to disable it to get near the shutter. If you come near the shutter without the remote, a loud alarm will go off around the entire academy. We had to use an electro bomb to disable the sensor and the alarm. That's how we got inside. Yes, and now we're reminded about these electro bombs. It jams electric signals by scattering particles that interfere with electromagnetic waves. It's basically EMP light. It's EMP light, bleaties. And then for 2 hours, everything electronic within 50 yards, which is quite a decent radius, will be completely disabled. Which I presume also includes Monokuma as well. It's perfect for any secret activities, because it doesn't leave any debris. Again, very pointedly letting us know that if someone had used one of these, other than the one that we used to open the door just now, We wouldn't know because nothing gets left behind. There's no shrapnel, there's no explosion, right? So it's all a bit of a mystery. There's only 3 of them. He says there's only 3 of them, but there is evidence to suggest that 2 of them may have been used. Now that I think about it, there were 3 electro bombs total. 1 was stolen by Maki, but what of the other 2? I do rather think that Maki might have stolen more than 1. That's about all I was concerned with in the hangar. But I still don't have enough clues. There has to be more. Other places that might yield some clues are Maki's lab and my lab. The crossbow in the bathroom, the bottle of poison. I need to investigate those leads. I should also inspect the 3 exosols that were protecting Monokuma. Why were they protecting him in the first place? That might be related. I mean, we did literally just look at the exosols and Monokuma already spoke to us, so do I need to do that again? Was that an unintended, out-of-sequence occurrence that just happened? Like, there isn't anything around the exosols that I missed, right? Well, I'll speak to them again just anyway. Just to be on the safe side. What exactly did I witness here? Yeah, so like I said, I think what we witnessed was the exosols responding to an emergency button press. They ran over, they found their primary target, the one thing that they're supposed to protect, the one person that they are programmed to protect, which is Monokuma, and they ran to it. Whereas it was Kockichi pressing the button on the controller, I'm guessing. Obviously, I don't know, but it makes sense to me that Kockichi was hammering the button because he was being attacked by Kaito and Maki, I guess. And he wanted the exosols to come and help him out, but they ran to Monokuma instead. So what we were seeing was the exosols protecting him instead of saving Kockichi. We still don't know who is in the press, of course. But I am certainly making some assumptions right now. So Kiba was in his tower when he saw Himiko heading inward. So he would have been out of range at that time, because it's a 50-yard range, right? So we need to go to my lab. We need to go to Maki's lab. I just want to check that there is no one has left the area. And everyone is in fact still... Yeah, everyone is still where I expect them to be. Alright. I say we check Maki's lab first. Because, well, it's closer. It's closer to the ground. It makes sense to me. So we'll go into the assassin's lab. If I can remember where the door is. This one. Okay, let's go. And what's behind door number 1? Rightio. I mean, that's because there are less weapons than there were before. Noticing pointedly one of the black bags on the shelf has been moved. I feel as though there are less weapons here than I remember. Alright, everyone's here. I hope you're ready. Yeah, because remember we got this pile of weapons that was just never gonna work. You know, I can't fault the enthusiasm. Because Kaito had them. But I also know that in particular we did have an extra case up here and that is gone. And there definitely wasn't a crossbow in the gymnasium. As I suspected, there are 2 black bags here identical to the one in the hangar. They're cases for the crossbows. The crossbows are inside, but disassembled. It looks as if they don't even fit in the case unless they're disassembled. But there are two. When I was here with Kaito before... Oh, that was weird. Oh? Eh? Huh? What? What just... Oh my god. Everything just crashed? Hello? What the... I have frozen. I have frozen. What? Oh, no way. No, I'm cursed. Man, why does this keep happening to me? Why does this keep happening to me? Why did it just crash? Did you hear? Did you hear, Bleaties? Did you hear the brrr of the music before it just suddenly, like, disappeared? Oh, fuck my Chungus life. We just did so much, and now I'm gonna have to redo it. I'm gonna have to redo it. Oh, holy shit. Okay. Okay. Also, I'm gonna have to disappear myself. I saved, right? Ha ha ha! Fuck my big Chungus life. Let's investigate the toilet again. But of course, where else would I investigate? Oh, shit. Okay. Yeah, this was not the, this was not the good time I was hoping for. So let's, first of all, let's restore me, please. Let's restore me. I could do with a reinvigoration. I've got invisible, bleaties! I've got invisible! The game went invisible, and then the rest of me went invisible. Bzzzt. Oh my god, what is it doing? By the way, like, Steam and OBS both just had, like, big updates as well, so I am kind of, like, in my head screaming at both of them. Maybe some instability in the most recent patch has, like, done something a bit fucky. Who can say? I know I can't. Okay, so at the very least, I am back. I'm back! EP's back! EP is back. EP is back. That is a start. And now I just need to find... I need to restore DR. Oh my god, we're gonna have to do all that again. Bleaties, I'm so sorry. I am so sorry. Oh my god. Man, I love looking in toilets though. This is like such a good day for me. You know? Who doesn't love looking in toilets? Doesn't everybody? Doesn't everybody? Right, let's there we go. You should be able to see and hear everything normally again. Oh my god. It just wouldn't be an EP stream without all of the scuff. It just wouldn't be an EP stream without all of the scuff, would it? Would it? Time to reload from, oh my god, fucking ages ago. Oh man, it didn't crash once yesterday, and that has wrongly emboldened me, Bleaties. That wrongly made me think that we would be okay. Right, let's blitz through it. Let's blitz through. We've done all this already, so I'm just gonna speed run it, I guess. Hey, look, the Exisol is still on the thing, right? Its lid is open. Hey, Toasty! I don't know if you caught what just happened. I don't know if you caught what just happened, but we've spent the last, like, hour and whatever doing all of this, and then both me and the game crashed. Completely crashed. For once, it wasn't OBS. So you get to relive the last hour and a half with... that happened. So, it's... enjoy. So, just FYI, just to recover what I already decided, I am sure Kockichi is fucking dead. I believe that Kaito has faked his own death. I think Maki helped in the process. I think that the reason that Monokuma was being guarded by the Exisals is because Kockichi hammered the SOS or the help me button on the control pad when he was being attacked. But because he hasn't been programmed to be their, like, boss, they ran to find Monokuma and, like, built a wall around him to protect him. So we have an approximate time, like, when we came past last night, that's when everything was going to shit. Oh, and also Maki's hammer magically not being charged up. I think that's because she used it to bust open the Exisal so she could crash into the, crash her way into the hangar. Which is why the terminal's all gashed up. Okay! Woo! I think we've recovered! Okay. So now I've gotta blast through all this again to get to where we were. We just started exploring Maki's lab. So now I've got to rush back there. Oh, I can't believe it. I can't believe it. This is so very EP sheepy. You know? Exceptionally poor. But you know what? Today is the last stream of 2025. We may as well do it with all of the usual finesse and style that Emma P does her streams in, which is to say, absolute scuff. So here we've got Kockichi. I assume Kockichi's body being dragged. This coat is just a misdirect. You know, there'd definitely be an arm poking out if there was someone wearing the coat. Time to look in the bathroom again. At least we got to live through one of the better trials in V3 a little longer. Yeah, absolutely. I agree. I agree. This case is a bit more interesting as well. If it's not scuff, it's not a sheepy stream. Absolutely right, Pirate. That is so real. That is so real, Space Pirate. I'm like absolutely in agreement. So. Hi. Kazuma desu. So Kaito's like, no, I'm totally locked in the bathroom, for sure. Bro definitely wasn't, like, committing murder or anything. Honest. I'm so sure he was, but sure. Okay, we'll see what happens. Remember from DR2, okay? I'm still very sore about Chiaki, and Maki sounds a lot like they both have an Aki sound in their name. They are both top waifus. I have a horrible feeling that, intentional or not, Chiaki is going down, even if, you know, even if Kaito meant to sacrifice himself because he's, like, dying anyway or some shit. I really think that it's not going to go according to plan in the trial. But we'll see! We'll see! Probably not this year, but we'll see. So this is where Kaito was imprisoned. Yep. We're gonna blast through what's inside because I've got to get back to where I was. I'd keep yapping too much instead. Because I'm having a real good time exploring all of this. I do kind of feel like the placement of the crossbow and the arrows is almost a bit too obvious. And again, seeing the bottle of poison, Shuichi really needs to lock the fucking poison cabinet in his room. I don't know how many times we have to talk about this Shuichi. This is like twice now. This is twice now that someone has taken his poison to use it for murder, whether to actually commit the murder or as a misdirection. And then we've got the tiny window that is too small for a person, but is definitely big enough for an object, like perhaps a crossbow in a black bag. Maybe. I'm also starting to think that Shuichi is some kind of vampire, because we do not have a reflection either in the mirrors or in any of the pipes. There are still things I should investigate. What did I forget to click on? Oh, the bag. Yes, we do need that. That is important. Ah, yes, the case. You know, the fact that we went through this very specific scene. And definitely, I think that Maki and Kaito worked together on this plan. And I think that they wanted Shuichi to be able to figure all of this out. And that's exactly why, you know... Can we look at the poison, please? And that's exactly why she was like, oh man, Maki was like, oh yeah, you have to come here, you have to be present. Right, okay, we finished in the bathroom. Back out we go. Back out we go. Yes, the arrows. Yes, the crossbow. Yes, the bag. Yes, the poison. There's still so much we don't know. Just don't look in the toilet. Out we go. Man, the music for this particular investigation is real fucking hype though. So now we can look at this again because there's a little hole in the sleeve that's real suspicious. That definitely looks like it could have come from a crossbow. I'll speak to Tsumugi a sec to trigger Monokuma popping up to complain about us shit-talking the uselessness of the Monokuma file. Because he's like, hey bitch, heard you talking shit, so here I am. Fuck you, and fuck the Monokuma file too. He's allowed to be an attention hog, it's his show. So Monokuma's like, peace. He mentions advertising, which I feel is very poignant. I think we're gonna hear more about that later on. So we already know that the exisal is like open. Someone could get inside. But only the Monokuma cubs were supposed to be able to do that. So someone has like used the electro hammer to bust down the door. We also know from previous that wasn't used. We also cannot open this. But I need to prove that I can't open it by trying to open it. Do not worry. You do not need buckets, Bleaties. You do not need vomit bags. For we are going to achieve absolutely nothing. Because the cables have been cut. There is no power going to the machine. We do not have to look at a pancake person. And it's probably just as well because I think that would be super gross. But yeah, I am very sure that the coat sleeve sticking out is 100% performative. Now, I also believe that the person that's in the hydraulic press was already dead when they were put there because the hydraulic press has a safety trigger that will not drop if it registers a living organism. However, if that organism is not living, it will not stop. So I'm convinced that whoever is in there was dead before they were squished. So we are given a reminder of that safety notice just in case we forgot from the time that we came in here with Kibo. And Kibo nearly got turned into a robo pancake. If he had been turned into a robo pancake, I would have been very upset. I would have been very upset, seething even. Inconsolable. Let's see. Have a quick look at the operation panel. It's all switched on. Have a look at the car wash. There is nothing there. So we can't open any of this. So we'll have a quick word. No, not the washing machine. I want to speak to Himiko. I want to speak to Himiko. Oh, she doesn't want to talk because, you know. You'll give me afro hair? Why would that be a punishment? That would not be a punishment. It would be like kind of weird having to learn how to like look after afro hair after an entire life of not having it, but I'd still have hair. It would be more of a punishment if you like, I don't know, set my face on fire or something. Right, so I think we've looked at everything in here now. See, she's already adamant. She's already decided. So the XSL Red is the one that dragged Kaito back in here. We already know that. See, I'm so sure Kockichi is fucking... He's a pancake. Goose has been turned into pate. There's still something in here? Oh, wrong button. Wrong button! Which one is the special vision? Is it circle? No. Triangle? Yes. Can you... So what did I not look at yet? What did I not look at? Do I have to look at the blood again? That's weird. We already looked in there. I do feel like I looked at everything. I don't think I missed anything important. At least as far as I can remember. Look at the hydraulic press one more time. Yeah, there's blood down there. The power's been cut so it won't move. I'll try and operate it one more time. Did I look at the paint gun? Yeah, I just did that. The power cord's cut. Yep. Emergency stop. Safety system. Yep. It should stop automatically. Yeah, I might need to look at the arm again. You are probably right about that. Oh yeah, I had to look at it 3 times because the first time is like, oh, there's an arm. The second bit is, oh, there's a hole. And the third time it's like, oh, where's the limb? You know? But that's it. So, well done. Obviously, I was a bit more careful when I was looking around the first time. I'm like rushing to get back to kind of the point we were at. Right, that's all we can investigate in here, but now we need to look at everything that's outside. And I've just managed to click on that thing again. Let's don't. Right, let's get out of here. Just something very icky about being in the same room as a completely flat person. So the alarm system is off because of the electro bomb. Kibo is going to tell us all about how he felt unwell, not because he's a robot, but because it was the particles in the electro bomb. But definitely not because he's a robot. Not because he's a robot, honest, for real, definitely not honest. Because, you know, it's not like only machinery is affected. I'm just gonna let him carry on coping. He copes for everyone. I'm gonna leave him to it. Right, so now he's gonna tell us he saw Himiko carrying the black bag. We don't know exactly why she was carrying it, but I feel like she was asked to bring it. I don't think she knows what's there. I think she was asked to bring it and to make sure she wasn't seen. Probably Maki told her to do that, because Maki can be scarily persuasive. But I don't think she had any actual involvement in the murder. I'm not even convinced she knew what was in the bag. So it is a bit suspicious, but I don't think she's actually actively a participant in what went down. Yes, okay, Kibo. Bless him. Bless him. He really is like, you know, like the little the button lights and the top pocket and the sleeves. Man, what if Makoto was a robot? What if Makoto was a robot? Hey, No Money, good to see you! Hope you're having a wonderful day! We are trying to catch up after everything crashed. Everything crashed. So now I'm having to replay about an hour, 20 minutes worth of gameplay. So I'm just rushing to catch up to where we were. So we're going to investigate everything real quick. Trying very hard to make sure I don't miss anything and end up inadvertently slowing things down. But yeah, I feel like this was a double team effort. Again, we're being reminded about the electro bomb. The fact that Maki knew how to use the grenade, and I don't just mean pulling the pin and throwing it, I mean the fact that she was, I guess, silly enough to mention that she knew there was a kind of a lag time. Did I not save? Ha 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 ha! Ha ha! Saving? Saving? You jest. You jest, sir. This game doesn't have autosave either. I really... And the worst part is, I remind myself constantly to save, but yesterday the game didn't crash once and it emboldened me too much. It emboldened me too much and I was like, you know what, I'm gonna be fine. I'm gonna be fine, and the game was like, ha, bitch, you thought? And then here we are today. Here we are today. One of the other two, I think that they were all stolen. I think one was stolen initially to be able to, like, trigger the system, and then I think the other two were taken from him during the attack. Right, so we know that that's too small for a person to climb through, and we need to check the labs. We also need to speak to Monokuma about the exosols, because he's going to explain that he saw us. Uh-oh. Uh-oh, SpaghettiOs. So the exosols aren't moving because they can't move. They are currently being controlled by the control pad, but where is the control pad even right now? We don't know. So, Electro Hammer. I'm assuming it's Maki's hammer. The one that apparently wasn't charged overnight, but it's definitely been used. So it was used to stop one exosol so that someone could use it to get inside the building. Because originally there were 4 here and 1 inside, and now there's 3 here and 2 inside. Suspicious. We can't go on together with suspicious minds. So, speaking of Monokuma, here he is, and he's come to tell us that he saw us yesterday. He saw us coming and looking at everything. Yeah. So he just wanted us to know that they were just walking around observing him. He didn't summon them. So, like I already said, I believe that they were summoned by Kockichi pressing the SOS button on the control pad. I'm assuming there must be one. Except that Kockichi didn't factor in that they are not programmed to come to his rescue as the wielder. Alright. As the wielder of the control pad. We are saving. Alright, I've done it. I've saved. Yeah, they're not programmed to protect him, so they ran for the person that they are programmed to protect, which is Monokuma. So where Monokuma has been these last couple of days is a bit of a mystery, but I think that he was probably just locked up in the hangar. So Monokuma is a stickler for the rules and just believes that this information needs to be shared with anyone and everyone because it has to be fair. The trial has to be fair. Hope, despair, whatever. The trial has to be fair. So as much as he's down for, like, fucking us over, he only wants to fuck us over in a fair and balanced way. Right, so the exosols were protecting Monokuma. At first, I thought they were guarding him, like they've been put on guard duty, but now I'm thinking they were running to protect the person that they are programmed to protect when you hit the save me button. And we know that that's a thing. We know that's a thing because right at the very beginning of the game, Monokuma was telling us that he only has to call the exosols, right? He only has to call the exosols and they will come and help him, which is why we could not win in a fight. So let's go. Let's go back to Maki's room and continue checking it out. We got as far as acknowledging, we got as far as acknowledging that a bunch of the weapons were missing and that one of the crossbows was missing. So we're gonna get back to that. Here we are, ultimate child caregiver. And here we are, the ultimate child caregiver's lab. I mean, it is one way to take care of children. Oh dear. I shouldn't make jokes like that, should I? It's a bit rude. But also it is quite funny. So yeah, so now we know there are less weapons here than there were before. Because of Kaito taking them all downstairs to show them off to everyone. To be like, yeah, let's go and kick his butt. But most importantly, these black cases right here. This is where we got to. We've now caught up. We've now caught up, Bleaties. Ah! Oh my god, okay. That entire last hour and some has been recovered. It's been recovered. So yeah, so close to the hangar. We already know that. And there was that scene that we had at night where Maki pulled Shuichi up to be with her and Kaito in order to join them, to see him like putting the crossbow together. This is gonna sound fucking crazy, but I almost feel like I'm being set up. I feel like I'm being set up. Yeah, Kaito didn't have a crossbow with him at that time, but that's why. That's why they asked Himiko to take it down there, I guess. It wouldn't draw attention that way. At least it wasn't meant to. No one was meant to see. So someone brought it to the hangar. But it's fairly difficult to put together the crossbow. I don't believe you'd be able to unless Maki taught you. I'll think about that more later, but for now I need to investigate. But I mean, Maki did teach us to put it together. We were literally doing that in that scene that he just showed. What is he on about? So, what other delights are in here? What other things can I look at? So we've got some like throwing darts. We've got some mallets. The cute lolly weapon of choice, the giant mallet. I feel as though there are less weapons here than I remember. In fairness, that is because Kaito took them all downstairs. Because Kaito had them. But what else have we got? What else can we investigate here? We've got the monitor, of course. The firearms. It literally looks like that scene from The Matrix when all of the like cupboards, cupboards appear and it's just like shelves and shelves and shelves and racks and racks and racks of guns. I mean, it looked really fucking cool though, didn't it? I haven't watched The Matrix in years. I need to rewatch it. I fucking loved that film when I was a kid. I loved that film. Oh, look at all these guns. Don't forget to save. You're right. I'm gonna, do you know what? Let's save. Let's save. Let's save right now. Let's save right now. It's only been a few minutes, but my paranoia is absolutely peaking. Even if they're all airsoft guns, they're a remarkable sight. Are they just airsoft guns though? I don't think they are. Pressing X to doubt. This is the, like, the assassin's room. Is there anything I can slap? Yeah, there is. Guns! It's real fucking cool. It's real cool. I mean, obviously, I live in a country where guns are really, like, not a thing. Unless, I don't know, unless you're into some kind of specific gang crime. Yeah, there isn't really anything else. I'm kind of bashing away all the other stuff. All of the stuff that I, like, can interact with. So, I guess all I can look at is this. You read that as don't save? No! As I suspected, they're disassembled. So it had to come from here. It's the same text. Yeah, it's difficult to put together. Right, so I don't think there's anything more in here to do. We need to go to the poison room. That is my own office. We're going to my lab, which really needs a fucking lock on the door. Kite, like, why? Shuichi, why do you keep letting people go into your room and steal poison? Absolutely insane. Up we go. I do love this floor though. This is very pretty. Man, I still want to know what's in here. He's got to have been a serial killer or a brawler, right? I mean, just look at this imagery. Wild. I hope we actually get to find out what he was. Genuinely, I really want to know. That bottle of poison in the hangar. I need to confirm it came from here. Man, this literally looks like a scene from... It looks like a scene from Sherlock Holmes. So here are the glass bottles. Really? Do you see these parody poison names? Arsenic antidote? Knight's hate antidote? What the fuck? You mean arsenic and Knight's bane? Right? Right? What are these false poison names? There's a bunch of bottles on top of the desk. Did someone take them out? Harmlock antidote. Ah, it's hemlock. It's hemlock. Raging. Raging. Right, so you know how that bottle that we got hold of mysteriously has a bunch of the text completely obscured by pink blood? I wonder if the word is antidote. I wonder if someone got poisoned and needed to unpoison themselves. Antidotes. I didn't know these were here. According to the labels, each bottle only has one dose, and each one only works on a specific poison. Well, I suppose that makes sense. There are plenty of different kinds of poisons, so it must be true for antidotes. It must be true for antidotes. So the one that they had them was hemlock. So they must have had hemlock, right? This is a very fucking cool, like, clock setup, isn't it? I do dig that. That's very cool. Right, let's look at the chemical shelf. What have we got? There are several bottles of poison lined up here. I haven't seen any poison outside of this lab, so... Okay, that's just a fucking lie. Excuse me while I have a sippy. We literally saw poison outside of this lab in Gonta's case. We have seen poison. This is nonsense. The small bottle of poison I found must have come from here. There's a little less liquid inside this bottle than the others. Strike 9 poison. The label says Strike 9 poison. See, this is once again making me think back. This is making me think back to that case with the fucking, like, Nagito's case in DR2. Where there was the poison that was, like, specifically time limited. Right? It feels like we're going back to that. Though it requires time to circulate. Oh my god. It even says on the bottle it's time related. Even though it requires time to circulate, even a small amount of the body will result in certain death. Well, I think we found something dodgy. I think they mean more so poison isn't sourced from anywhere besides Shuichi's lab. Oh, I see what you mean. Oh, I see what you mean. Because Miyu got the lab from... Yeah. No, you're absolutely right. You're absolutely right, Toasty. Yeah. I see. I see what it means now.
Look, I only have 2 brain cells. I'm not very clever.
But yeah, I totally... Oh man, I can totally see the parallels here. I'm not convinced. I think that the bottle we have that we found is an antidote bottle. I think we have an antidote bottle. And that some antidote was used for something, so exactly how that happened and for what is not totally clear to me yet. We will find out. The poison takes some time to spread, but even a small amount can be lethal. I can't imagine there's a smaller amount in this bottle for no reason. It must be a clue. I guess? How much do I want to bet? Oh my god. I would bet an entire Toblerone. I bet a single Toblerone that it's a bottle, that we have a bottle of antidote. Poison has been added to... Strike 9 poison and antidotes. That's disconcerting. None of these antidotes are for Strike 9 poison. No, but maybe the one we've got, maybe the bottle we've got might be. They're all for different poisons. What could that mean? Oh my god, what did they mean by this? Alright, I've investigated this room thoroughly. I didn't find any evidence to suggest Kaito isn't dead. On the contrary, there's plenty of evidence to suggest Kockichi isn't dead. Monokuma is still moving around and the killing game hasn't ended. Oh, fuck off! Like, come on, you can't... Like, this has given us even more reason to believe that Kaito isn't dead. And that Kockichi is dead. There's so... Bleaties, so help me. Please. Am I wrong in this? Like, the evidence suggests to me definitely that Kaito is not dead. This trial is so good. Oh man, I wish I could finish this trial before next year. Ah! I'm sour, I really am, because I am really looking forward to this. I'm really looking forward to this. This has all the hallmarks so far of a really fun case. And I just wish that my circumstances were a bit different, so today didn't have to be the last stream of the year. But oh man, when I come back, we are starting the year with a bang. You know, this trial is going to come to a conclusion and we're going to have so much fun with it. So, Monokuma's still moving around. The killing game hasn't ended. Yeah, but Kockichi doesn't have any sway over Monokuma. That's a false correlation. Kaito's clothes were in the hydraulic press. Which means the victim must be... Merry Christmas indeed, no money! Merry Christmas indeed! No, it's too soon to be thinking like that. If I investigate a bit more, I will find something. There's still time. I have to go back to the hangar. We're gonna go back to the hangar. You can't survive that long space? Honestly, I feel like I can't survive that long either. It's stressful. It's stressful. I have to go to EP Baba Mama's for the Christmas New Year period. And their service provider is such absolute dog shit. In the past, when I've tried to stream from there, it has been so disastrously jank that I don't think it's fair to I don't think it's fair on you guys. If I run a stream from there and the frame rate's terrible, the game keeps crashing, OBS keeps getting disconnected during what's supposed to be a really, really high, fast-paced, high-octane, mega stress case. You know, I want us to have a good time with it, and I just don't think it will be as good if it's like horrible. So yeah, it's sooner than I would like. It is sooner than I would like. But I am tending to be back. Let me just check the calendar a second. Let me just check.
Emotional damn.
Oh no, don't be sad. No. I shall be back for the New Year's stream on the 5th. So Monday the 5th of January is when we're going to be back. Yes, it feels like a really, really long time. But I will be back on the 5th. And it will be good. We're gonna start the year. We're gonna start the year with a bang. We're gonna have our best case yet. We're gonna have our best case yet. Perhaps I missed something. I should check again. Yeah, we're gonna check again. I agree. I don't think we've looked closely enough at stuff that's... Man, this room, this really feels... This feels so old school. Thank you for the hydrate, Malvendra. Thank you, thank you! Just, yeah. I really should be drinking more, especially as my temperature is currently quite high because I am mega stressed by how the game has crashed and wasted so much time. And you now know! No, you have to come back. You have to come back for our stream on the 5th. Thank you for that, Pat. Thank you, thank you! Yeah, it feels like a long time, I know. But on the upside, once I'm back, the streams are going to be more regular again. It's gonna be a good time. Evie's hot! I'm very warm! My heart rate is extremely high at the moment because I'm low-key having a fucking aneurysm. About the game crashing. Oh my god. So let's go back to let's go back outside and work our way in. Because there is definitely more to this. There's definitely more to this. And I was actually quite surprised when Shuichi said, "Oh my god, I've investigated all I can investigate in here." And it's like, are you sure? Are you really sure about that, Shuichi? Are you sure about that? Because I'm not sure. There's a lot of stuff going on in here, and I think we could do with looking at the cut cables again. I think that we could do with looking at the exosols again. And I definitely think we need to look more closely at the bloodstains on the floor in the bathroom again. I think that there are things we need to reevaluate. Oh, Kibo's moved. Kibo's moved. So this shutter operation panel is absolutely wrecked. Happens to everybody! Oh, thanks, Malvendra. I really appreciate the encouragement and the consoling. Like, oh my god, I literally disappeared. EP disappeared. EP went poof! Like a magician. I think that Himiko came for me, you know. She came for me. I disappeared. The game disappeared. It was just darkness. Darkness everywhere. Nothing but the sound of me screaming into the void. So, we need to figure out how this was damaged. I think an exosol did it. I'm hoping that maybe we can actually look at the exosol's hands in here. At least I saved. I did this time. I did this time. Oh, everyone has come back. Oh, Kibo's discovered something. Kibo's discovered something. This is exciting. This, man, I'm really enjoying this case. I'm really enjoying this case. Honestly, what an emotion. What an emotion. That's definitely how I felt. That is definitely how I felt when everything crashed. I am very excited. This is reminding me of the 5th case in DR2, which was both actually really fun and also heartbreaking. I really don't want Maki to end up being somehow responsible when Kaito was trying to be responsible, I guess, for whatever is happening. That's my take on it at the moment anyway. I still very much think that Kockichi was murdered and then thrown underneath the press because they didn't want anyone to be able to see the body to figure out that Kaito's only faked his death for the time being. Remember what Kaito said, maybe we could find something beyond truth? I mean, what does that mean? What is beyond truth? Because I feel like there, like, you can't exceed truth. There is no, like, mega truth. Oh, Shuichi, can you come with me? Is something wrong? I found something strange in the bathroom. Please hurry. I mean, is that something that we already investigated? Possibly, maybe? He shouted and quickly ran into the bathroom. What are you talking about, Kibo? What is he talking about? Also, Tsumugi seems like very smiley all of a sudden. Hey, it's almost time for the class trial to start, right? Was no one able to find Kockichi? No wonder. I haven't heard from anyone. I wonder where he went off to. I wonder where he went off to. I mean, he can't still be in the hangar. He can't still be in the hangar? We haven't ruled that out. Oh my god, Shuichi, please. Please, Shuichi. Believe me. Hear me. Hear me as your inner voice. Know that I'm telling you, I'm so sure that it's Kockichi that's inside the press. Did he disappear? He can't still be in the hangar. Yeah? Or under there? I mean, how do we know until you lift it up? Shuichi, do you think the one who died was Kockichi? Wow, Padoru! Padoru, Padoru! Bitch. Perfect. Seasonally perfect and appropriate. Who doesn't love Padoru? Who doesn't love Padoru? I love Padoru. I love Padoru. It's super cute. Padoru, Padoru. I will even sing you the full verse. I'll sing you the full verse. Hashira sori yo, kazanu yo ni, tsukibihara o, Padoru, Padoru. Hashira sori yo, kazanu yo ni, tsukibihara yo, Padoru, Padoru. There you go. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I'm not here all week actually, but let's pretend. You have a collection of Padoru figures. I love it. I love it. The classique Saber Padoru. Excuse me. Oh my god. My throat today is really catching on stuff. I don't know why. Maybe it's because I so don't want to like go without finishing this trial, but I know I don't have time, which really sucks. Which really sucks. I mean, your face says you want to think that, but I think that's just plain impossible. Tsumugi, how would you know that my face says that? I have questions.
Kockichi's been manipulating us all from the start. I can't believe someone like that could be killed by Kaito.
No, I do think it's possible, especially if he had help.
Oh, of course, I don't mean to compliment Kockichi or make fun of Kaito or anything.
I know, you're probably right.
Tsumugi has a good point. I still don't have enough clues to conclude that Kockichi died. But I'm certain that one of them must have.
Yes. I am also certain. I'm sure it's Kockichi. I am sure it's Kockichi that's dead. Right, Maki is almost certainly not going to help me. She's already refused once. And I somehow doubt that she's about to change her mind.
Maki, why is it so easy for you to believe Kaito is dead?
I don't think it is easy for her to believe Kaito is dead. I think that she's in on the death faking plot. That's what I reckon.
Hido's looking for you, you know. Hurry up and get to the bathroom. I'm not gonna ask what you're gonna do with a robot in a bathroom.
What are you implying? The only robots allowed in, like, my bathroom are Roombas.
And that's because they're cleaning the floor like good little boys.
Have you seen, like, is anybody, like, does anybody here own a Roomba or, like, an off-brand equivalent thereof? Because I love that you can give them silly names. I love seeing clips of people who have, like, given their Roombas silly names. Or modded them, so when they bump into stuff, they swear or they play a tune or something.
What is on Emiko's mind?
Right, into the toilet. Da 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 da. Oh, fancy that! Fancy that! Do you see that? Do you see what was in the toilet when the screen loaded in? Did you see, Bleaties? Ah! Because EP saw what it was! And I'm starting to feel very excited about my powers of deduction. Kibo, what are you looking at? Take a look at this. Oh, look! Oh, look!
Are these Kockichi's clothes? It's soaked and wrinkled, but there's no doubt they're Kockichi's. Where did you find these? I didn't see it when I was investigating the bathroom. And why are they soaked?
Well, the toilet seemed clogged, so I reached my hand down the drain and pulled out these clothes. It looks like they couldn't be flushed all the way. Oh man! Why ever would you want to flush away clothes? Huh. What a really fucking strange thing to do. Unless you were trying to dispose of evidence? Maybe?
Couldn't be flushed all the way? Why were these clothes in the toilet in the first place?
Yes, it was very brave of me, and thanks to that, I managed to find an important clue. Now, Shuichi, please investigate as much as you want. Unless someone is an exhibitionist? Oh, wow. The fact that that didn't even occur to me. The fact that that didn't even occur to me. I mean, to me, flushing anything larger than your typical daily ablutions away is asking for an expensive plumber call out, right? And that, in the UK, that's expensive business. That's expensive business. We don't flush things that are abnormally sized, like an entire outfit down the toilet. Yeah, so this was a weird act of desperation by someone who really wanted to hide these clothes. Yeah. Clogging the toilet, huh? But this isn't the time to hesitate. Man, imagine how much worse it would be if they were like shit smeared. Damn. I'd be very nervous about putting my hands on these clothes. I would be very nervous. I wouldn't want to put my little stompers anywhere near that. But we are a consummate professional. So we are of course going to do our bit. We're gonna look like a good professional dick. Kockichi's clothes found in the toilet. If they were found in the toilet, then someone must have tried to flush them? But who would do that? Is something the matter? Please investigate. Oh, okay. The ultimate detective can't stop here. This has to be an important clue. Alright. I made up my mind. Grabbed Kockichi's soaked clothes and spread them open. I'm gonna go out on a whim and say there might be some blood on them. Huh? Oh! Oh! Ah! Look at this! Look at this! EP is right! EP is right! I can't believe it! I can't believe it! I feel so smart. I feel so smart. My 2 brain cells are like fully buzzing today. There's a small hole in the back. And another small hole on the sleeve? This is about the same size as the one on Kaito's sleeve. I see. So 3 bolts were fired. I'm guessing that one of them misfired. And that's how it ended up in Kaito's arm. Yikes. There are traces of blood around the holes too. Traces of blood? There's proper like stains. What are you on about? What does this mean? It could mean that he was attacked. In that case, it's very likely, I would say, that the one in there is actually Kockichi. There's a chance Kockichi was the one crushed in the hydraulic press. I mean, I've got to be honest, that's a real fucking grim thing to happen to a body. And in a way, I am relieved that as much as I agree that Kockichi is a fucking lunatic and a psychopath, and inherently evil, I still am glad that he didn't have to be slowly crushed to death while conscious. I am glad that he was probably dead first, because oh my god, just thinking about that is nauseating. Oh, thank you, Kibo. Thank you, this is a very important clue. Oh, I'm happy I was able to help, but I must decline shaking that hand of yours. Wow, rude. What if Kockichi was being mind controlled? That would be huge. That would be huge. That would be a twist I really wouldn't have seen coming. I'm open to it. I'm open to it. Your hands aren't clean either, though. I mean, in fairness, I really wouldn't want to shake hands with someone who had just, you know... Yeah. Anyway. But if Kockichi was the one crushed in the hydraulic press, where did Kaito go? Why not show himself? And why is the game still going even though the mastermind is dead? Because he's not the mastermind! Come on! So many times the most obvious solution is just the correct one. He was not, has never been, and is not the mastermind. He just wants to be. He wanted people to think he was. He's absolutely not and never has been. There was a time when I thought he could be, but the game has made it so comedically obvious that he is not at this point, right? Also, in terms of metagaming a bit, we're at chapter 5. The mastermind is never revealed until the end. I would be very impressed if that were not the case. But, yeah. Just a combination of things that tells me, you know, he's not it. If this is awkward, Shuichi, I can leave and give you some privacy. You're concerned about that? Weird thing to be concerned about. Kibo and I washed our hands in the sink and left the bathroom. Man, I hate that I have to save this case for next year. Oh man. Man.
It's about that time. That's right. It's despair for the class trial. Hope and despair meet head on. Please proceed to the Shrine of Judgment in the courtyard and head to the trial grounds. Everyone needs to be there. Got it. Anyone who's absent will be swiftly and permanently punished.
Man, I am very curious as to who is actually behind this. Wouldn't it be amazing if it was Tsumugi and this was just like her like wild ass role-playing cosplay skills somehow? I don't even know how it would work, but that would explain why she seems so background most of the time.
I wonder what kind of despair awaits you this time.
Oh man. Everyone needs to be there. That means Kockichi or Kaito, whoever is alive, will be there. At the trial, we'll know who the victim is. Well, let's have words with everyone. It's already starting. All of us. That means Kockichi will come too. Does it, though? Big doubt. Big doubt. Always the quiet one. Yeah, right? It's the quiet ones you gotta watch out for. They're the dark horses. Well, that's it. Maki's just gone. She's off. I feel like I should speak to Kibo last. He might actually have something useful to say.
It's time. I'll go on ahead then.
Indeed. And finally, Keyboy. We're out of time. Let's head to the trial grounds. We need to settle our business with Kockichi. We do, but I still don't think that it's... I don't think that Kockichi is the murderer. I don't. I really don't. I think Kockichi is deceased. I think he is an ex-person. That he has shuffled off this mortal coil. He has gone to the land or the realm beyond. He is no longer of corporeal existence. So I guess the only thing to do now is to head on over to the Shrine of Judgment. This isn't everyone, right? Kaito and Kockichi aren't here. I bet Kockichi is already there. Maki, you know he's not. I think Maki knows way more than she's letting on. For real. I think she knows, and I think she's just playing along. As the mastermind of the killing game, he's waiting for us to arrive. We don't know that yet. There's still a chance Kaito is alive. Cut it out. Do you want to die? Maki. This is a battle between hope and despair. If I show any weakness like you, then I know I'll lose to despair. Okay, but Maki, you're being... I don't want to use mean words, but Maki, I'm gonna be mean. Right now, you are being an uncooperative, ornery bitch. And there is no call for it whatsoever. We are doing our job. We are the ultimate detective. That means we detect. That means we puzzle solve. That means we find out what's actually going on. It's got fuck all to do with truth and despair and hope and lies, okay? It would be very much more helpful to me and everyone else if instead of pretending that you're like super strong and that you're not emotionally invested in this, that you were just honest. Because the way that Maki is behaving right now is actually so much more unhelpful and not strong at all. It just comes across as really fucking unhelpful. And I'm not appreciating it at all. Lose to despair. I feel, like I said, I feel kind of like I'm being set up in a way. 6 of us will participate and 1 of us will die after this class trial. Then only 5 will be left. Only 5.
That's right. We're the only ones left.
But we can't lose to despair. Even if we have no future, we need to win. That is the whole point of this class trial. I will defeat Kockichi no matter what I have to sacrifice. What do you think she's gonna do if we get in there and Kockichi's not there? Because I think that's where this is going. No matter what she has to sacrifice. Are you sure about that, Maki? Is that what you call hope? I know we can't lose to despair. But something is wrong. Something doesn't feel right. I wonder what Kaito would say at a time like this. What would he say to us? If it was Kaito... I don't think we need to worry about what Kaito would say to us because I think that in not too long, we're going to be hearing from him. What do you think, Tsumugi? Miss Background Plain Jane? Shuichi, I understand you don't want to believe it, but Kaito's not here anymore. Also, that's another thing that really annoys me about Tsumugi is almost every time she opens her mouth, it's to just compound wrong ideas, wrong evidence. She's just there to reinforce every wrong possibility. I really feel like she's here to fuck with me, you know? In the nicest way, of course.
I'm fine. I'll be on my guard the whole time. I'm filled with the combined power of hope and magic right now.
Man, it's just like having the power of God and anime on your side. What do you think, Kibo? Any final words?
Ikoka.
That's it, just Ikoka. Let's go. No matter what Kockichi is scheming, There's no way we can lose. After all, we're students of Hope's Peak Academy. I mean, who's to say Kockichi wasn't as well? I really do think he actually was. Well, Maki, final words? I'll defeat Kockichi no matter what I have to sacrifice. We can't lose. We can't lose. Well, time to open the gateway. Down it goes. Buff Monokuma has destroyed yet another fountain. Man, having to replace those every single time must be a real pain in the ass. And suddenly, the lift. We didn't say a word to one another. Silent as a tomb, we stepped into those open doors. Silent as a tomb. And what's gonna be at the bottom? Who knows? I guess we'll have to find out next year. Isn't that sad? Isn't that sad, Bleaties? I mean, I know I'm sad about it. I know I'm sad about it. Bleaties, Bleaties, Bleaties. That is it for now. That is it for the year 2025. That's it for EP this year. And my god, what an amazing year it's been. What an amazing year it's been. I finally have over 100 followers, despite the fact that, you know, I'm very, very small, literally and figuratively. I stream stupid niche stuff that people don't necessarily have an interest in, but somehow you'll find me anyway. I have only 2 brain cells, and I'm not even very funny, but you still come and support me, and I appreciate it so, so, so much. I am gonna miss you all, my darling Bleaties, over the next couple of weeks, and I'm very much looking forward to coming back. I'm looking forward to us picking up where we left off, to having an awesome time with this trial. I am very ready for this trial. I'm very excited. I have so many ideas. I seriously think Kockichi is fucking dead. The reason I'm stopping now is because I don't want us to get to the bottom and find out something. I don't want to know what we're about to miss out on. I don't want any clues. You appreciate yourself too? Good! As you should! As you should! You should all appreciate yourselves because you are all excellent eggs. You are the best eggs. You are the goodest of good eggs. We here in the EP Sheepy stream are all excellent eggs. I know, it's sad. It's sad. I'm sorry. But you're all a part of the goodest good egg covenant. And it's only for now. It's only for short term. I will be back, and when I am back next year, Bleaties, when I am back on the 5th, I am back with bells and whistles, a more regular routine, more regular streams. It's gonna be awesome. It's gonna be awesome. We're gonna have more time together to do cool stuff, and I already have some new games lined up that I'm looking forward to sharing with you. One is actually a game. Well, it's one of a trilogy that I have played before, and it gets so little appreciation, and it didn't get nearly enough appreciation when it was released. I cannot wait to share it with you. Oh no, not the I can't believe you've done this! No! No! That's like one of my favorite vines ever. I can't believe it was just used against me like that. I can't believe it's just used against me like that. Right, Bleaties? You are the best. You are wonderful people. You are excellent beings. I cannot wait to come back. Yeah, Kronos! Time! Padare, padare.
Yeah!
Merry Christmas.
Perfect. Perfect. So again, thank you so much. Thank you so much for spending time with me, for being absolutely awesome, for having such an amazing sense of humor, for being excellent bats. We love the bats. I am gonna send you to my fellow sheep. I look forward to seeing you guys when I'm back on Monday the 5th. I hope that you will come back because we are about to have one hell of an awesome time. No! But you are all the best. I hope that every single one of you has an absolutely magical Christmas, that you have a fantastic new year, that you party lots, you spend lots of time with those that you love, your nearest and dearest, and that you just generally don't work yourselves too hard.
Emotional, damn it.
So in the meantime, I will see you soon. Have a wonderful season. I'll be back soon. Best egg energy. Best egg energy. And until then, bye-bye!